Wow, Michael and Ian, well done. I can't believe no one got Les Mis. What an amazing film. Wow. Yeah, it was Les Mis. And I do like Chronicles of Riddick, Matrix. Look at all these. Last Avengers movie. The one time I'm on and I have no idea what the movie is. How many of you have not seen Les Miserables? I didn't win, Lou. I've got to make it really cryptic. If anyone doesn't know, in chat, there's a website which actually does this, and it gives you 6 frames. You've got to guess the film from 1 frame, and it's the most obscure frame you'll ever get. And then you've got 6 chances to get it, and after each try, they'll do a more and more familiar frame from the film. The website is framed.wtf. So if you type that into your phone browser or Google, you can play it, and it updates every day. You can only play it once, and then it updates after midnight, so you can play it again. Absolutely brilliant game. It was the jacket. Yeah, that was good old Javert. Before he chucks himself off into the abyss below. You've not seen it? Oh my God, what an amazing film. But thank you, Ian, in chat. I'm glad you're in chat, Ian, because Ian sent me something. Now, do you remember I had let me get this right. I'm forgetting scales now, I'm telling you. Because this one is a 148. I've got so many different scale SR71s now, but Ian sent me this. Check this out. So now I've got a big one, a medium-sized one, and a little one. And at the moment, I've just got no time to build them. But I'm hoping in the late half of the year, once all the holidays are out the way and we're starting to go towards the Christmas season, that we're gonna start that. Is Christian from Grantham in here? I haven't seen him. Now you've mentioned it, you say, oh yeah, he is in here. I've seen you. There you go, Christian. You're here. Look,
let's
there you are.
give it up big time.
Now, tonight I will be having the aircon on.
Hello, Christian.
Because in the UK today it's been quite hot.
Now, let's get cracking.
But at the moment, it's threatening us with thunderstorms. As a matter of fact, it's very dark out there. So if suddenly we lose connection, you can't hear me. I was going to say 1 second. Hang on. Because I've still got the Christian from Grantham jingle going. You can't hear a word I'm saying while I was talking that. I've put the aircon on because it's been really hot today, although we've got a big rain shower coming in, so it's getting really humid. So hopefully you'll be able to still hear me. I have got a compressor on the mic, although I'm not using this mic, I'm using this one. This is just for show. So but yeah, what an amazing model. It looks like an old model, Ian. Is it old? I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I haven't looked it up, but it does look pretty awesome. So there's got to be a montage going on. Blackbird singing the dead of the night. The montage I want a big one in the background with a medium size, and then a small, if you can picture that. So I've got tri Blackbirds. So that's what I do. Now you can compare Revel 148 to the Area 140. Yeah, no, definitely I can. It's a lot smaller box, that's for sure. Hello, Diadems over on Twitch. Now, tonight we're going to be building the Iron Man. If anyone got the little thing. I'm going to use this as the puns for each video. So does anyone know why I've got that? I'm hoping they do. I'm just going to take a sip. Tonight I'm on the heavy stuff. Very heavy stuff. Now, this glass is from Partwork Upgrades, as are the See No Stormtrooper, Hear No Stormtrooper, and Speak No Stormtrooper, or droids. You can get this through partworkupgrades.com. Now, tonight I'm not on rum tonight. I'm on the whiskey. More to the point, I'm on the bourbon. You Americans pronounce it bourbon. And when my friend Russell came last week, he actually bought me this. This is Bullet Bourbon from Frontier Whiskey. Check this out. Now, this is imported and bottled at Louisville, Kentucky, where I'm going. So I'm going to get ahead of myself and start trying out the Kentucky bourbon now. And believe me, it's one of these things that even when I smell it, it smells a lot more potent than my isopropyl alcohol does. So by the end of this stream, wow, I could be singing. Who knows? There's not a lot to do tonight with the Iron Man, I have to say. So when will I be in the US, Jacob? So from next Saturday, not this Saturday, from next Saturday the 28th, we fly out. Going to be in Washington, travelling down to Carolina, travelling over to Wonderfest at Louisville. And then I'm going to spend a week with Phil in LA, Sprueverse, which is cool. So you have to watch Obi-Wan in the US. I think I can catch the first episode just beforehand, Ian. So we'll have to see. It's good, smooth stuff. It's potent stuff. That's for sure, Jimmy. But I like having some authentic bourbon here. Bourbon is the biscuit. Bourbon is the good stuff. Bourbon is the biscuit. You know, bourbons are just like well, penguins are just bourbons covered in chocolate, aren't they? I love a bourbon biscuit. As a matter of fact, there's a conversation to be had there, because I did the little still today, which was Les Miserables. Now, Eponine in that was played by Samantha Barks, and me and Samantha Barks had a good exchange on Twitter talking about the best biscuits, and she loves Jammy Dodgers. She wasn't too fond of bourbons. So it's the bourbon. So I was trying to convince her why she should like bourbons rather than Jammy Dodgers. Thank you, Alex. You got it. Yeah, Ted Hughes wrote Iron Man, but not the Marvel DC. You'll know it as the Iron Giant. He wrote the Iron Giant, but it was called Iron Man. The Iron Man. One of my favourite books as a kid growing up, actually. So I thought I'd use a play on words since we're doing Iron Man tonight. It's been raining in Wolverhampton, has it? Oh, not good. I got me relatives actually came down on Sunday from the Midlands. Try a little live rum from Scotland. Only 57.4 proof cask strength. Oh my God, well this is 46%. 45%. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Made using our family's high rye mash bill and pure Kentucky limestone filtered water. Woohoo! Oh, we're going to have some of that. Just thinking, when Wayne, Lou and Phil unite in the US at Wonderfest, it's like the Three Musketeers of Modlin. I'll leave who's who to the three of you. I think it's going to be funny. Perhaps it's going to be one of those aligning of the planets where, you know, like the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper in Ghostbusters get together. Perhaps some event's going to happen. Some event horizon or something. I don't know. They look good. I actually want a model that I can put on a shelf rather than hanging them DRM. But looking at the size of the 148 scale SR71s, don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I am going to be doing some features for a company called Top Notch Models soon. They're actually a friend of the family. Or family, a little bit of both, and they do a lot of model products that are coming up, and I'm going to show some of them off on the channel. I'm hoping to show some of these off when I'm actually doing the Blackbird here. Mrs. Welder Wayne has put store links up here. Mrs. Welder Wayne was meant to be doing schoolwork tonight, and I was meant to be off my lead, but no. She's here, so I've got to behave myself. You got to be pink wafers. Nah, bourbons are one of my favourites. Has anyone noticed you can't really get cookies in supermarkets at the moment? Maryland cookies, home brand cookies. You got Oreos. On a World Away modelling live stream, we're talking about biscuits. So things have changed around this week. First off, tomorrow, who is Ted Hughes? Ted Hughes, I think I've said that, wrote Iron Man. Not the Marvel one, the Iron Giant Iron Man. It's Voltron time, that's it. We'll be like the Power Rangers. Hello, John Russell. Are you advertising now? Ted Hughes rocks. Yeah. Go out and buy a book. That's what I'm advertising. we can buy. We need that on a t-shirt. Lou, Phil, and me all combined to make I don't know, Ultra Modeler. Oh, it's all cool. So anyway, things have moved around slightly. So tomorrow I'm normally doing the God, this whiskey, it's strong. Tomorrow I'm not doing the Ducati. I'm not doing the Ducati this week. I'm going to do it next week. And the reason I'm not doing it this week is because I've got a new build coming this week. Not the one I've been spoiling in spoilers with no context on social media. Bearing in mind, most of the Patreons got it today. So I'm not going to mention it, and patrons, please don't give it away. But I think my clue today might have been a little bit too obvious. So there is something coming up, but on Thursday, hopefully Thursday, might be Friday, I want to get it out on Thursday, we are building the Lamborghini Miura, which is going to be absolutely brilliant from Agora Models. I have seen what this looks like, and I have to say, wow, that yellow, I'm telling you, it's just going to really be impactful on the shelf. So that's coming. We've got a new car coming. Obviously, it's the first supercar, if you like, Lamborghini shaped, obviously, before they went with all their hard corners and stuff. But it's a lovely looking model. Is Mrs. Welder Wayne sorting out you a period costume for your next mysterious builds? I don't know. I mean, she's got her overlocking machine, Chris, that she's never used since Christmas, you know. She wants an overlocking machine, and we're up to May now, and she still hasn't used it once. So, I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, so tomorrow, R2-D2 is going to be up on the channel, and I'm glad we're starting to get round to these points on R2-D2, because we're doing the dome, and we're starting to put the panels in. So I tell people all about the, I'm telling you about the video, all about the screws you can use, even though we don't use them. The big thing is we're testing the electrics, and the amount of emails and messages I get about people's R2-D2s aren't working. So I'm testing the electrics on the lightsaber tube, the leg sensors, and the foot sensors. And guess what? One of mine doesn't work. So not only am I showing you how to do the electrics, I'm showing you what to do when there's a problem. And so much so I can't fix it, so I've got another one coming. But basically my foot sensor was always on, even with the calibration plate, aka little bit of plastic that you put behind the sensor. So I've got a new one coming. So it's good that you're probably used to the fact that when you watch a World Away video, something's going to go wrong. So it's been Tuesday today. I was building R2-D2, and it was a little bit of a car crash. So plenty of biscuits in Kroger and Tesco's. No, it seems Asda. I haven't looked in Tesco's. Asda just don't have cookies. But yeah, we're meant to have fun during the next hour, Paul. But it's looking like night time there. And as we're approaching British summertime, remember next month, it's the summer solstice. So the nights are going to be drawing back out again. At the moment, I was speaking to Vince. Normally, it's starting to get light at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know if you know, here's a bit of trivia for you, that in the summer, in the UK, I don't know if this is anywhere else, we don't actually have a night time in the summer. So it gets really dark, and then it gets light again, but it isn't as dark as it is in the winter. So it's constantly sort of like dusk. Did you know that? I was watching QI and I learned that interesting fact. Yeah, so we've got the R2-D2 coming out tomorrow, the Lamborghini Miura Thursday. Not quite sure what we're doing on Friday yet, but for the Patreons, if you want a nice spoiler without context, join the Patreon channel. But tomorrow we're going to be working on the Arduino. We're going to learn how to operate a DC motor. I've bought all the things over there. With an Arduino board, because you can't just take a DC motor and plug it into an Arduino. Doesn't work that way. So I'm going to teach you about how to put a motor into the Arduino and do a speed control on it. Pretty hard to do. To be honest with you, I'm still figuring it out myself. So we're going to be working through the code together. That's why I'm doing it. But you can hear, I can hear you all. This is World of Wayne. This is the person that says, I'm far too busy tonight. I'm going to be doing my own thing. So, you know, behave yourself. I was going to be doing naked modelling tonight. But, you know, this is World of Wayne says no. Jason, oh, you're talking about, that was random. The latest Bill and Ted movie, but I enjoyed it. Bill and Ted Face the Music, was it? No, I mean, it's nowhere near as good as Excellent Adventure or Bogus Journey. But again, I think I've mentioned this loads of times. You've got to remember that I think when a film comes out, the timing-wise, what's going on in the world at the time, has a lot to do with how successful it is. And that's why a lot of remakes don't work. I think for its era, Bill and Ted was excellent. For its era, Wayne's World was great. But I don't think if you remade that now, it would have the same sort of impact. Funny thing is, a lot of people think my channel, World of Wayne, was actually named after Wayne's World. It wasn't. I did like the Wayne's World logo, but it came from a blogging site I had, Wayne's World of Blogging. That's what I used to do. Used to be writing. But you want more F40? Funny enough, Ian. I had to call them today because I have still got loads to do and I will be doing some more. But they said my card declined and I couldn't understand why, because they've taken a payment yesterday. So I phoned them up and apparently they're trying to take 2 payments this month for some reason. But I said my card should work. There's no problems at all. So they couldn't get it working. So I gave them another card number and they couldn't get that working either. So I think their system might be on the blink. But that was for issues up to 90 something, I think. So I reckon 1 more month, perhaps 2 more months, and that's it. That's all the Ferrari bits done. But I really need to get on doing the framework for that. If anyone saw the last F40 video I did, we were talking about the alignment of the doors into the bodywork. I fixed that pretty easy, and that is the windows that you saw us screw in. I just took all the screws out and glued the windows in. It's because the screw holes are what's misaligning the windows. So if you just glue it into where it goes, the windows will align perfectly with the frame. You don't need to bend any metal or anything, and it fits perfectly. So again, it's another quality control issue. And we don't see quality control issues, do we, in part work upgrades? Part work upgrades? We don't see quality control issues in part work models. The reason why I just mentioned part work upgrades then is because obviously Ian over there created this wonderful workshop I'm in. And today I finally finished putting the last plaque on the workshop, which is great. There is still a little bit of time to get your name. I've got some space at the bottom now. Through partworkupgrades.com, you can still get that in the fundraising tab, and that's only on until the 31st of May. But I know a lot of you just want to see your name up there, so I've created this little 1-minute video for you so you can see what it looks like. Evening, Klaus, Vegators dear. So there you go. Now there's a couple of fixes that I need to do on that workshop. Robert Beveridge, I did promise you that I would do the Scottish flag, so I'll put that on there. Kevin Bloxham, You keep reminding me your name's Kelvin Bloxham, so I need to change your name to Kelvin Bloxham. I think that's it. Everyone's names are up there. We're all good. And that's pretty much taken up the whole wall here. Now, when I first started this, I was going to separate it and have names on this side as well. But you can't get to this side anymore because I've got a massive fir tree here. And pretty much short of chopping the tree down, I'm not going to be able to get around the back. And to be honest with you, not many people will see it if it's around there. So I like it here, which is the main entranceway into the workshop. So everybody sees it. It's the first thing people see when they come and visit the workshop. People like Ed Hughes, who came to the workshop and visited us. Will and Victoria Dickey, they've came and visited the workshop. Philip Douglas have come. Phil's come. We've had quite a few people so far visit, and I'm happy to give you the guided tour and make you a cup of tea. So it's all cool. Do I get a spot on it? Now, the way a lot of people have asked, why have we got this? Now, basically, I put names on the workshop because Ian ran a Just Giving just after the workshop was created, and anyone who donated to that Just Giving has got their name on the workshop. Now, or any excess that was made from that, I think we raised about £1,500 for the Michael J. Fox Parkinson's charity. But we wanted to offer a way that people who didn't get the opportunity to donate then to do it now. So what we're doing is we're funding the UK Parkinson's charity this year. But because we're running out of places, that's why we've set the end date to the end of May. And once that's done, whatever money we've raised from that is going to go to the UK Parkinson's charity. As I said, my dad's got, he's in the late stages of Parkinson's. So it's a charity very close to my heart. But any support was great. And I said, and now you are immortalised on the side of the workshop. So, Mr. Purr, I'm hoping to get back to the Enterprise soon, but I'll be honest with you, I'm so busy at the moment with the new builds coming up. I have finished the Spitfire now. I say finished, we crawled over the line with a Spitfire. Sorry, I need some more whiskey. Just so you know, that all the diorama pieces for the Spitfire, I'm still getting them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect them all up to issue 120, and then I'm going to do a giveaway for them because I won't be using them. They won't even be opened. They're still going to be in the magazines. I've got 2 behind me already, so I'm just going to save them up. But I will be doing a giveaway for those, so it's all good. Yes, Mrs. Welder Wayne, Wills did. He did message me, but I didn't tell you. I know you're the PA and I should be telling you everything, but obviously I didn't. But there you go. That'd be a great idea, Chris. Chris, my idea, which we're still trying to get off the ground, is anyone who's visited the workshop, I want to get a polo shirt done for them, which has got an embroidered badge on, which says, I don't know, Welder Wayne Elite or something. And then I give it to people either as I met them or people who have visited the workshop. But we're trying to find a cheap way of getting the embroidery done. Embroidery machines, we went to this Make Essential fair, they start from like £3,000 for a really good one, all the way up to like £6,000 for a really amazing one. And trying to get a company to do it is just too expensive. So I have been hinting at Ian about upgrades, because I know he does his embroidery on his covers. But we'll have to see. I just need patches really, and then we can put them on the shirts. But it's all cool. How far are you on the Ecto one, and are you near the end? Yes, I think we've got about 8 stages left, Mikes. There's 141 stages. So not long left. Mike's randomology. Funny you should say that. I've had notification today that the next one's on its way. So hopefully that won't be here after I'm from America. Because believe me, anything that comes from Thursday next week is not going to get done until I'm back from holiday. So, all fun. Can you plug the Spitfire into the Zero Fighter base? I've got no idea. I'm thinking, bear with me. I think the Zero Fighter might have a bigger adapter on the back. It's a good point though, Lou. I might have to try that out. So, the Zero Fighter base is actually smaller than the Spitfire, just so you know. Not a lot smaller, but it is smaller, because I did have them both standing up next to each other behind my 47-inch telly, so you can imagine how big it actually is. So yeah, Vince plaques all over the place. We've got Vince plaques. Obviously Vince does the artwork, so that Welder Wayne figure that you see at the top here, look, bing bing bing, that's all Vince Still's artwork. If you want to see that, go to artbyvince.com.au. And he's got a site there. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Vince's clock here. Vince's mat here with the Vince bar thing. It's like the pub sign outside the workshop. As a matter of fact, he's got sort of like pride of place, Vince, to be honest with you. Vince, you single-handedly branded this channel. I hope you realise that. Bless. Just so you know, Vince, you will have noticed that I changed the end thing, so the sponsor cards don't show up on people's things. Now I'm trying to incorporate that into the program that I bought that actually made that come around, and I haven't figured it out yet. So you will be back on there. Don't panic about that. You think you got me in trouble, but I won't be sleeping in the workshop because by the look of it, if she's watching me do these streams, she ain't doing her work, so she'll be coming to bed late. Did you see my name's on Wayne's wall, Mega Nico? He is Steve131. That's one of the last ones I did. Yeah, the Spitfire. Yeah, even though I haven't got the Spitfire, though, it would be nice to see it working if it did work. So trying to get it round my dad's was a living nightmare. Eagle Moss took payment out on Sunday. Just gone, which is strange because they only take payment on Monday to Friday. Has anyone had any news about the Enterprise, though? Issue 21? I haven't heard a thing about that yet. All I did do, what's this? We'll be having a business lunch with Power Work upgrades when we're back from the US. Oh, will we, Mrs. Welderwayne? Okay. John Russell, you connected up the Spitfire and now trying to test it in case it doesn't work and I end up launching it. As long as it doesn't go the way of my HMS Victory, John, you'll be fine. Eagle Moss. Look, it's the whiskey. There's something you thought. Oh, Eagle Moss. Yes, I didn't have a conversation with Eagle Moss on Friday, but I did ask them what's happening with the Batmobile, and apparently it is delayed. I'm definitely delayed. I don't think you're going to see it this side of summer. You may see it in the autumn. So that's the be all and end all of the Batmobile. I didn't ask about the Bullet Mustang before you asked, so. But there you go. Oh, the Zero display base. There we go. It's 25 inches square. How are the mosquitoes getting in here? Okay, let's go and have a play with this Iron Man. So, Iron Man, let me just hide this message. Not much to do again, but what I want to do is I want to show you why this is getting to be a bit of a build like the Ferrari F40. So let me just change my camera and bring over what we've got. So we've got all the magazines here, which I'll just keep to one side, but this is just a collection of all the pieces that we've got, which are kind of unfinished. So we've done 2 arms, we've done 1 leg, but we've got bits and pieces falling out ourselves. If this doesn't remind you of the Ferrari build, I don't know what does. Look, so we're still going, still going, still going, still going, still going, and still going. So some of these pieces are really dusty, so I'm going to need to dust them. But these are the bits and pieces that I've just dug out because I'm guessing we're going to have to be working on some of these. But we don't actually work on what we've already done. So let me just remove this because before I start on the Iron Man, matter of fact, probably let's just push it to one side. I want to show you this. Now, you've seen my Cobra. When you buy the Shelby Cobra from Agora Models, you've got a couple of options. You can either buy the Cobra or you can buy the Collector's Edition. And when you buy the Collector's Edition, you do get the nice stand with these plaques, which look just like this. Now, I asked for number 73, which is number 427. This is what gets stuck to the stand, and that looks just like that. 73, because obviously that was the year I was born. We got the certificate of authenticity here from Gary Patterson and James Frank. James Frank's founder of Agora Models, and Gary Patterson there. That looks like that, number 73. Nice card. And then we've got our number plate here. So rather than have Cobra, I can now have Agora Cobra 73, which is my number. And they've also provided the screws to actually put this in. So on social media, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this in and I'll take some pictures for you. But I just love the way this is presented. But this only came this morning. So I wanted you to see that. Otherwise, I know I'll probably forget about it and you won't see it. So, what are we doing today? Let's go for issue 55 to start off with. which looks just like that. Talking a lot about the comics again, which is a bit weird. I think every magazine really does go into the comics Iron Man, but the actual thing we're building is from the film. You'd think it'd probably be a bit more geared towards the film. But there you go. So we've got 3 pieces in issue 55, and we're putting 1 piece in another piece. And there you go. That's it. That's all we're doing. So, what are we talking about? The AC. The AC, Troy. Can you hear the AC? Shall I turn the... I'm getting a bit cold, actually, so I will turn that off. Does that make a difference? It's a bit quiet in here now. Is it a Statesman Kentucky whiskey? I will show you, James. I'm not. I've got no idea. I think the Iron Man build, fairly logical, has now got 2 legs, 2 arms, a head and a codpiece. So body must be next. I hope so, unless they create some sort of like extra bit. Mike, are you 3D print? Ah, right, yeah, it's the AC. I've turned it off, Mike. So that's what that was all about. There you go. So this bourbon. Look, first off, when I open it, look, this is weird. Look, it's got a cork in it, like a wine bottle. So, but that's what it is. You can read the label there. Bullet Bourbon Frontier Whiskey. And that's what it looks like on the back. But I can smell that here, I'm telling you. It's strong. Very strong. So, you saw how much we've got to do in issue 55. I'm worrying myself with how much there is to do. I'm hoping we can get through it tonight because there's so much to do that I'm not going to put my part work upgrades mat down because I don't think I'm going to need to. Take care, Michael Perez. So, these are all metal, all of these pieces, apart from this one. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put this piece in here like that. And that is all there is to do in that stage. I can't make it up, can I? I can't sugarcoat it. So now we've just got 2 more bits to add to the collection of bits. So let's put them all over that side there. I can't believe that. Right, let's grab the next one. Okay. Best bourbon out there is Boswell. I don't know. I mean, for a Louisville, Kentucky bourbon, when we were talking about we're going to Louisville, I kept thinking to myself, what comes from Kentucky? And obviously, for me, got to see a Kentucky Fried Chicken. Obviously, the Kentucky bourbon, and also the Kentucky Derby. So there's 3 things I'd like to see in Kentucky, but obviously I don't think the Kentucky Derby's on, but they must be doing the horse racing. All fun. I'm going for the model. It's Wonderfest. It's the 40th anniversary, I believe, of Rafa Khan as well. So looking really good. If you haven't checked it out, check out the Wonderfest site to see what's going on there. Pretty good stuff. Okay, so in issue 56, we've got 3 pieces. This is a car crash. The car crash is looking at these magazines, I think, rather than actually build them. So we're going to take a part that we had from issue 53, which, looking at my box of tricks, is not that bit. Stand by. I'm looking. I think it's that one. Yep. So we're going to take this part, and we're going to be putting this part into it. And that is all we're doing in this stage. Howard, I actually I poo-pooed the let me go back to the main camera when I'm talking to you. It's very rude not talking to you. I poo-pooed the derby's already run. Yeah, I thought so, Lou. We can run our own Kentucky Derby, and one of those nights where, you know, we're at the bar. Howard, the Infinity Gauntlet, when I first saw it, I thought no, but then I saw someone actually wearing it, and I thought yes. So I was trying to get hold of it from France, but it's not actually available in their news agents where we can get it posted to the UK at the moment. The person I'm going to keep my eye open, I don't know if he's in here tonight, is Kevin Clifford, Nexus, because if it's out there, he'll get it so we can actually build it. But it tempted me, Howard, big time. So just don't get him saying Volvo; he might make a right mess. You mean Skoda, Vince? Louisville Slugger is right next to the convention centre. Really? Oh my God. Remember, Mrs. Welder Wayne's coming with me, Troy, so I've got to be on best behaviour. Saying that, because of flight times, Mrs. Welder Wayne's actually flying back before Wonderfest actually starts. So that whole convention, Lou, I'm off my lead. Oh, it's going to be fun. Can't wait. Cannot wait. I am getting so excited with this. The amount of models and like, oh, it's just going to be boy in a sweet shop, I'm telling you. Okay, so get these parts out. All of these parts are plastic. And we're going to take over the piece that we've just worked on. And as you just saw before, we're going to add 2 pieces to the pile. And this has got some little lugs on this side, which means we're just going to push this in like that. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So that's 2 stages, which would have cost you £20. Let's go for the next one. It's not Volvo. Okay, so in stage, what stage are we on? I'm getting confused now. Stage 57, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces and some screws. We're going to be putting one piece on another piece, and then we're going to be screwing this in, and then we got this little piece here which we're going to put on the top, and that's it. So, okay, this is going to be interesting. Let's get this stage out. This one is stage 57. Everything we need is in here. God, look how blunt my scalpel is. That's not good. I'll have to change that. Right, cool. Will, I've been making a guess with some of the bits I picked up from Ian. I can see how annoying this would be to build. I mean, I keep them in a box underneath the desk here, but the box isn't covered. That's why you're seeing dust on them, which isn't a good thing. But there you go. Okay, so we're going to be taking this piece like this. We're going to be taking this piece like this. And quite simply, we're going to be putting this piece on top of this piece, just like that. And it's going to be held in with these IP screws, which are here. I'm collecting these bags, by the way, at the moment, because I'm going to be bringing some stuff to America. And they're going to be like little goodie bags for some modelling stuff I'm going to be putting in there. So expect a bag, Lou. So that's one. Excellent. Get the second one in. Better a blunt scalpel if you're on the bourbon. Yeah, tell me about it. It'll be medic. Trip to the hospital. Can't be having an accident before me trip to America. Although saying that, you know, when I'm in America, I'm fully paid up for travel insurance. So you know, I can have as many accidents as I want, I guess. Okay, I have put that in the right way, haven't I? Let me just double check. I have. It doesn't sit very flat. It's obviously there's going to be another piece going in. That's probably why that is. So it looks like that. Okay, done that. What else we've got to do? We've got these little pieces here, which are going to go. Stand by. Turn the assembled piece over, which I've done, and we're going to be putting one of these pieces in, and it's going to go so that this lip is facing the opposite side to that one there, so it fits in just like that. We have got another one of these, I'm sure we have, which was this one, and that's where they want us to put the other one here. Now one says R1, one says R2, so it's on this one that I need to make sure I put R2, so I put these on the wrong one. So that one goes on there. Stand by. Perfect. They are strong enough to keep themselves in, which I will try and demonstrate. As you can see, they're not going to fall out. So that is all there is to do in that stage. Oh my God. What's the time? 20 to 9. One more magazine. And I am actually frantically looking around for the parts for this one. Oh, I see who it is. Okay. So in the last stage, looks like we've got a bit of leg. Can't beat a bit of leg. So 3 pieces, but a ginormous piece of leg here. So we're going to be attaching one piece to this piece here, putting a hinge over the top, attaching this with an AM screw, and that's all we're doing in this stage. So if I wasn't chatting, like I have been, I could have probably had all this done in about 5 minutes. So, I mean, the thing is, this model is going to look really impressive when it's finished. But I really do wish that, and I've said it before, I really wish that you could have paid more. Sorry, Troy, I'm just going to hide your comment. Why do wow, it didn't want me to hide your comment, Troy. Show us some leg. I would pay more and do it over a shorter time than do what we're doing at the moment, where it's just a few bits and it's going to take us 2 years to build. So, okay, so this leg piece here is metal, as you can see there. Got some AM screws, the hinge piece, and this flap here, which isn't metal. It's amazing how that's how paint's gone onto metal here, and that's how the same paint's gone onto plastic, which you'd expect the metal to have a better shine, but as a matter of fact, I think the plastic looks a lot more shiny than the metal. Bit weird, but there you go. Okay, so what we're going to do is this piece here is going to be going onto the flap in this section just down there. So I'm guessing it comes in from this side and sits like that. We've got the little tab to put over the top, which is going to be pretty impossible. How am I going to do this without dropping it? Let's try and put it in with tweezers. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try that again before it runs off. No, my fingers are far too chubby to get these in here. Get in there. Right. Hook that over the top. Perfect. There we go. So I can get this AM screw in here. We're all here for the chat and the banter. Yeah, but there's hardly anything to chat about on this one, Will. It's, oh God, there's nothing to do. I hate it when that happens. When I edit my videos, the biggest edit you'll find me doing is the screw falling off the screwdriver. But I'll talk about editing the videos at the moment, seeing as we've just finished this early. So there we go, there's the leg done, and that flap enables us to lift and drop just like that. So if I mirrored that with what we actually did with the other leg, and I have got the other leg here, this is where we're up to with the other leg. And once again, look how filthy this is. Oh my God, I really need to put this in a box, I think. But there you go. So obviously the back sections open up. You've got the gauntlet here, and the section we just made there, see, goes up and down like that. So gonna look impressive. But there you go. You've seen a leg. And that's all there is to do in this stage. And that was all there is to do in this pack. So obviously when the next pack comes, that's going to be in probably 4 weeks. I'm not going to be here. So I'm going to be collecting them up. And once they're all together, we're going to have to binge probably 15 days of solid videos. Plastic Metal Man. When I was talking about editing with the screws, how I edit my videos, I don't know if you make YouTube videos, but you'll probably find when I'm building this here, I'm always talking. I am always talking. I'm talking to you on camera. I'm always talking when I'm building. And when I'm actually doing a video when I'm not live, I do the same thing. I'm always talking. And when something's going wrong, I'm quiet. I'm just completely quiet like a mouse. And the reason for that is when I edit, I can actually see the waveforms. And when I don't see a waveform, as in my voice waveform, that's where I know I need to edit and cut. So you will find on my videos, I'm constantly talking all the way through. Believe me, when I'm doing the builds, I'm not. It's only because I shut up when something's gone completely wrong. If I've injured myself, I'm really shut up. You probably hear some expletives, but that's how I edit quite quickly. So I know exactly what points to go to. Now, it causes a problem when Mrs. Welder Wayne does it, because when Mrs. Welder Wayne talks, she knows what I'm gonna say here. But she's concentrating. So what she'll do when she's editing, she'll go, we'll take this bit and we'll put this in here like that. And for me, it's a nightmare to edit, because in those pauses, I think there's something to edit. So Mrs. Welder Wayne's videos take so much longer to edit than my ones. As a matter of fact, I've got one of Mrs. Welder Wayne's videos to edit for this Saturday. She did actually filmed something yesterday, which stupid me accidentally deleted. So people were asking her what she means by making a net for when she's making the box under the sink, and she actually demonstrates that, which I've got the footage for that but I haven't got the footage explaining what she's doing. So that video will be out Saturday. You'll be pleased to know it's absolutely chucking it down outside now. So if we do lose internet, it's because there's a thunderstorm going on. You know what, Vince? Where did that go? Where did that message go? There it is. I very rarely swear, and when I do, it's not really. It's fiddle-dee-dee, or I might say the occasional mild swear words, but I very rarely swear. I don't know why that is, but blimey. You love the live stream with Russell. You know what? Russell hasn't been here in life. Life happens. See now, Russell used to live with me when we were in Blockbusters for a couple of years because his family moved down to Portsmouth, but he was still working at Blockbusters in Basildon with me. So he actually lived with me for a couple of years. Then he went and moved down to Portsmouth with his family. And I used to go down to Portsmouth. At least I tried to get down there once a month. That's why I know Portsmouth so well. And then as the years go on and life gets in the way, that extends out to once a year. I think the longest I haven't seen him is probably 2 years. But we've got that relationship where we won't see each other or even contact each other for a good few months. And it feels like we haven't missed anything. But he's a great guy. I mean, his humour's exactly like mine. And we had a blast. As a matter of fact, he got me into a show. I don't know if anyone's watched it on Disney Plus called What We Do in the Shadows. It's by Taiki Waititi from Thor Ragnarok and oh god, what's the guy's name? Jermaine Clement from Flight of the Conchords. And it's basically like The Office, Ricky Gervais's Office, but with vampires. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant show. If you haven't seen it, catch the first episode on Disney Plus. But I've been really enjoying that. Funny enough, I probably saw a lot of Wayne. I used to go to Blockbusters Basildon a lot. Really? Well, I was Chris. I was in Basildon from 1994 to 2000. So that was my main base store over on Miles Grey Road. So yeah, you probably would have seen me. Americans just cuss after every word. Funny, Esther's family don't swear as well, but when they are going to swear, they use that word, Howard, cuss. So they'll be like, cussing hell. Oh, cuss. That's a BBC show. Yeah, it's on Disney as well. So you've got it on iPlayer. I think iPlayer's got 3 seasons of it, but Disney Plus or Stars on Disney Plus has got 2 seasons of it. It's a really funny show. You talk to yourself and think it'll go nuts. I do talk to myself quite a lot, Mike, but I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Especially when things are going wrong. I've had a project recently. There's only so much I can tell you. I've had a project recently which meant doing a lot of work on the Arduino, which is why I'm figuring some things out with the Arduino. And believe me, the amount of talking to myself I've done, but it helps. It helps because I had a eureka moment last Tuesday where something I couldn't figure out, I actually figured out. And I've learned all my coding for the Arduino just from reading the internet. I haven't had any official training or anything, so. You didn't say a single bad word when you came up. No, you didn't, Helder. You were a gentleman. That's not true. Oh, Lou. I don't know what it's like in America, though. Do people curse a lot in America? It's going to be... I'll tell you, Lou, I haven't been out the country here since, like, 1999. I can be. 2009 was the last time I went out the country. So, I can't remember what it's like. I just think I'm going to have a bit of a culture shock in some of these places I go to. But when I went to Vegas, Lou, I think all I remember is talking to people about the weather. And as soon as I do that, it's like, oh, are you from Australia? And I'm like, no, I'm British. And it's like, oh, do you live near London? I'm like, yeah. It's like, do you know Dave? I'm like, London's a big place. And you say London, because if you say you're from Corby or you're from Birmingham, is that near London? So it's like, yeah, I'm from London. It saves just getting into the whole rigmarole where I actually am. I'm in London. I'm actually an hour from London from here on the train. So, you know what, Flint? I haven't seen the movie, so I still need to see the movie. But the series I was watching, I was cracking up laughing. Now I know where the memes bat come from. Matt Berry with bat. It's called trying to manage signs of madness of the edge of insanity at times. But no, so the reason I'm always talking is because it helps me edit. It helps me edit my videos. But there you go. You bought an Alexa to disguise talking to yourself. I mean, I've got 5 Alexas now. I'll be lost without it. I mean, at night, it's playing LBC, although Mrs. Welder Wayne says, I'm going to turn the aircon on again. Sorry, it's really humid in here. I listen to LBC, but she says I'm doing it for background music. So occasionally, if we can't sleep, we'll get it to play thunderstorms, thunderstorm sounds, or babbling brook. So, yeah, I'm always with that. I mean, that's how I knew what time it was in where Vince lives at the moment. I just asked that. Blockbuster's days were before he did part with his mother, so he probably still had hair. Not really. No. I haven't had hair for a long time, Vince. My big claim to fame in Blockbusters was my store, and me as the manager at the store, had the biggest amount, you probably heard it on Thursday, of Titanic pre-sales. In 1997, when the VHS of Titanic came out, we sold 2,500 units of it before it even come out. So we won an award for that. I really like that. But through Blockbusters, I mean, I met quite a few famous people. I was on the buying committee. It was a great job. But I think a lot of people got a lot out of that stream last week. It's a bit of a reminisce down memory lane. And I do think that in this day and age, I wonder if there would be a technology where people can go out and rent something to bring back for entertainment at night. Not necessarily films, but I don't know, VR headsets or hardware or something that you can spend the weekend and play. I don't know. I don't think that whole rental model is completely finished yet. I do like the idea of on a Friday night going somewhere to create entertainment rather than the cinema, obviously. Hi Wayne from Jackson, Tennessee. I hope you have a wonderful trip to the US. I can't wait, Roger. You know what, Roger? I can't get overly excited at the moment because on Friday we have to do an antigen test the day before we fly. So in this country, what we're allowed to do is I've got the antigen test here, but I've got to do a supervised test. So someone from some doctor's going to watch me do the test, get the result, and then send me the code. So once I've got that code, I know I'm going to America. But until that time, we're frantically keeping away from everybody, which is crazy. Which is partly the reason why at the beginning of the month, my daughter got COVID, and I was hoping if I got COVID, I wouldn't have to do the test, because I would be considered recovered and I could go to America. But there you go. You think the malt's doing the job? Like, yeah, definitely. You know what, Helder? I haven't had a whiskey in a long time. A long time, especially a good Scotch whiskey. So bourbon, I think, is a bit smoother than whiskey. Tasting this one, it's a little bit more smoother. But it is nice. That bottle's not going to be much longer. You had a password at your local video store, really? Which was a bit stupid because you had to say it out loud in front of our other customers. When I first started renting videos, Vince, we only had a Betamax player. So when you, rather than take the Amray box up to the counter, they just had cards in it. And you had different colour cards for your machine. So if you were renting an 18 movie, those cards were red. And you had dark red for VHS and sort of like a pale pink for Betamax. So... And I don't mean adult movies. I'm talking about your video nasties, your Cannibal Holocausts, and your Burning, the Boogeyman. You don't do thunder, scares me. You need to get a thunder buddy, Mike. I like a good thunderstorm. I was in Florida in 2007. 2007, and there was an almighty thunderstorm. We had to actually pitch up at Fort Wilderness. I don't think I've ever seen a thunderstorm that crazy. But that was a memory. Where did you get your glass from? Partworkupgrades.com. Partwork. Oh, look, I think I've got a link. Look, watch this. Ready? Ready? Look. You can't beat assets on the channel. See? There we go. Look. Partworkupgrades.com. Which is also the place if you want to get plaques. If you want a plaque, it means that I've... if someone buys a plaque now, it's me going, yay, I finished, and then someone saying, actually, you've got this left to do. Oh, God. In the time of doing that, just so you know, I've broke about four bits for the machine. I've had about 3 accidents where the machine's decided to do its own thing and tried to grind itself into the metal surface. I've probably made about well over 20, probably less than 30. Between 20 and 30 errors on plaques, so I've had to chuck them away. And I've got through two pots of varnish. So... You haven't had a drink in over 15 years. Wow. I mean, Helder, I really don't... the problem is people see me drink all the time on a Tuesday night stream, so they naturally assume I drink. I don't drink. So if I'm going to Wonderfest, my big worry, and I said it to Lou, and he says they don't call it half pints, called something else over there. That's it. I'm singing. And you know me, I'll just bring the British culture over with me. So I'll be, British tar is a soaring soul. You remember renting Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, when I was like 13 and the store put blood... Really? We had to check that. We could get into a lot of trouble if we had the wrong filming box. Especially when it was a home movie of someone's. And chances are, if it's a home movie, it ain't something they've recorded on the TV. You ever notice we get more thunder and lightning when it's been mild? Really? I find that, Roadrunner, you find if it's been really hot, even though you might not hear the thunder, you get these electrical storms, which is pretty crazy. I don't know if that's happening now because I can't see out. I've got mirrored glass here, so you can't see. Workstation update. Troy, I've asked the guy who's doing it to actually give some prototype pictures. So once we've got the prototype pictures, I'll have something to show you. But obviously, if you want to put your interest down in that, and I think he is updating the website as well, go to tyrellmodels.co.uk. He's actually sent me what they call a finger palette, which I want to demonstrate to you on Thursday. I was going to do it tonight, but I haven't got it in here, which is quite an ingenious thing if you're working on miniature models, rather than have to get a whole palette out. It's a really good finger palettes. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Wow, what's going on with this? It's all over the place. How do I turn that off? You're right, that bourbon's hitting now. You paid $120. See, I think it was Panasonic, my first one. The Magic Christian with Peter Sellers and Ringo Starr. Vince, I don't know if you saw the stream last Thursday, but we were talking about a New Zealand film called The Monsters Christmas. It's crazy. You can actually see it on YouTube if you type in The Monsters Christmas. It's the most cheesiest thing you've ever seen. As a matter of fact, it's the sort of thing you're probably going to need to wash your eyes out with afterwards, because it's it's terrible. It's terrible. Bit like the wasn't it a New Zealand film that got Henry Thomas on board for the Donkajin? What was it called? We called it the Go Kids over here. I think it might have been called The Quest in other countries. But obviously we couldn't call it The Quest because there was a Jean-Claude Van Damme film called The Quest, I believe. So we called it The Go Kids. But yeah, it was on that sort of era. You owe me a bit, yeah, my bit snapped. Why has Ted got huge rocks? You missed the start of the stream, David. Ted Hughes wrote The Iron Giant. The book was called Iron Man. The Iron Man. And because we're building Iron Man tonight, I thought it would be like a play on words. Which obviously went down like a lead balloon. I'm now worried about tomorrow's one, because I've changed these every day now, you're going to find. Even on the little Patreon stream I did today, I changed it. There's a lightning app which tells you where the lightning is. Oh my god, I wonder, do that in America, over in you folks who live in Tornado Alley, do they have an app now that can actually live show you where a tornado is, rather than it popping up on the TV and scaring the bejeebers out of me? It's like, you know, I'm in Florida and there's a tornado warning for Orange County, and I'm like, well, where are we? You're in Orange County. Uh-oh. You're suffering from alcohol intolerance. I mean, this is hit. I only had a little bit in here, and this is mainly Coke now in here. But wow, I can feel the muscles on my face smiling. Original VHS videos used to cost at least £50 when they're available. God, those were the days. Don't forget to get a mega pint. Yeah, a mega pint of bourbon. I've been watching that before the stream starts, actually. She's being hammered by that cross-examination, I've heard. Oh, that's not good, Jamesy boy. I hope everything's okay. Watch it back on demand, and you can watch me drink bourbon and build about 5,000 stages of the Iron Man. There was so much to build tonight, Jamesy boy. We were worried we weren't going to get it done. I know that way. Nothing wrong with a wee drink. No, definitely. I couldn't understand, Hilda, when I went to Scotland, that we went to, you know what I'm like pronouncing Scottish names. We went to Tindrum, to the Green Welly stop. And in the Green Welly stop, they had a service station. So people who are driving long distances could just rest their legs. And inside that service station, they had a whiskey shop giving free samples to drivers. You can't make it up, can you? Oh. You took out a 50-year-old motorbike, restored, and it runs spot on. Oh my god, that would be pretty amazing. You know what, DRN, that's something I'd love to do. I'd love to restore something. I used to watch a show called, a YouTube channel called Marty's Matchbox Makeovers, and he took decrepit, knackered old dinky cars and made them brand new again. Now, he moved and he hardly makes any content anymore, which is a shame. Really funny Australian guy he was. But I just like the whole idea of taking something that's completely wrecked and making it like new again. That's why those restoration programs do so well, I think. You got the Ted Hughes reference. There's so many films called different names. It's crazy. Like Adventures in Babysitting. Now, was that called Adventures in Babysitting in America, or was it called A Night on the Town? Because that had two names. And they changed the names around just to confuse the hell out of you. Well, oh my god, it's 9 o'clock already? Wow. I enjoyed myself tonight, even though there was hardly anything to build. It was like a Thursday night chat night, wasn't it? Okay, so Patreons, tomorrow we're going to be doing the Arduino. And I don't know how it's going to go. I don't even know if it's going to work, but that's the fun of doing that. And then on Thursday we've got our usual regular live stream. Hopefully, if I get the nod, I will be releasing the Lamborghini Miura video on Thursday as well. So, thank you for joining me tonight. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow.